Rangers win, baby, 2-1 over the Ottawa Senators in a very close game. Huge win, though, as obviously, as of lately, the Rangers have not played the best hockey in terms of 5-on-5, especially. The 5-on-5 play was a lot better tonight. So definitely happy about that. Definitely a better performance all around from the team. The defense was definitely better compared to last game against Detroit. Just a lot better things from the team. But of course, if you do enjoy this video, sorry, just fixing my chair a bit so I'm comfortable here. But if you do enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like. Of course, subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans, as we recap every single Ranger game here. Game 50 already. Crazy. I'm 69 points on the year. Nice. But yeah, definitely do that. Turn the notifications on as well. But let's dive into the action here. So, like I said, huge win, as it has not been a great stretch here for the Rangers as of lately. Obviously, the game against Detroit was brutal. Just a terrible effort, embarrassing effort, honestly, by the Rangers against Detroit, especially that first period. But the first period today, they definitely were better. Not It wasn't anything spectacular. They did start off a bit slow, but the second half of the first period, they definitely found their rhythm a bit, getting the offense going, getting a couple good shifts from that second line in particular. I thought that they were definitely really solid that period. And then the second period, they just completely dominated, out shooting Ottawa by a wide margin, which we'll get into. And then the third period, it was pretty back and forth hockey, but I'd say the Rangers controlled most of the period. It's just the shot totals kind of differ that, because Ottawa ended up getting a late power play as well as with the empty net, which Igor Shesterkin almost scored on. And I'm very depressed that he didn't, because he needs to score at least once in his career with the way that he handles the puck. But yeah, so like I said, overall, way better performance. I would have liked to have seen a full 60 here, but again, nitpicking, because it was definitely a better effort from what we've seen as of lately. So let's dive into this one, though. As Ottawa did open up the scoring early. Unfortunately, here it was Tim Stützle from Gaudette and Zaitsev. Really bad play there by Miller, trying to pinch up, and he gets caught up in the neutral zone and ends up being a 2-on-1 the other way. And Tim Stützle ends up sniping that one, and Ottawa goes up 1-0 early. Very bad opportunity, as that Keandre Miller and Jacob Trouba defensive pair continued to make defensive mistakes the rest of the night. You had later on where Kreider in the second period, I believe that was, had to make a great back checking play to stop a dangerous scoring opportunity on them. It definitely wasn't the strongest game from them, but Keandre Miller at the same time also did make a really great defensive play late in the second period, I thought, where he maybe prevented a goal from a cross crease pass late there. But again, just a little complaint there on that goal. And then Ryan Strome, though, scores not too long after from Schneider and Panarin. Beautiful play by Schneider. Just love the play there by Nemeth, even before. I can't believe I'm saying that. Getting hungry on pucks there, winning the board battle, which the Rangers don't do often. Panarin winning a puck battle as well, which, again, we haven't done often as of lately. And then Schneider, just a nice play over to Ryan Strome. And Strome doesn't miss the open net this time. Would have been nice if he buried it last time. But, again, nitpicking here. And the Rangers end up tying it. And the Rangers, from there on, definitely looked a lot better throughout the first period, getting a lot of great opportunities. Although that bottom six, especially the third line in particular, not the strongest there. Greg McKegg with way too many mistakes. I don't know why he's still in the lineup. It's a felon that he's in the lineup over Morgan Barron. It truly is, but hopefully that gets changed soon, as who even knows what's happening with Philip Hedl, because he ended up looking a bit hurt late in the game. So who knows what's happening there. But what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, and then late in that period also, in the second period, well, we're still talking the first. I don't know why I'm jumping ahead, but 8 to 7 shots there for Ottawa. And now let's talk about the second period. The second period, though, the Rangers came out flying. At one point, they were up like 12-2 in shots. It took them till about halfway through the second, though, when they get a power play there. It was a hooking call, I believe, there, and they end up getting a power play. And we know how the Rangers have been on the power play pretty much most of the season. They've been money there. And Artemi Panarin elects to shoot the puck for once, believe it or not, instead of passing it, as he snipes one. Panarin, please start shooting the puck more. Beautiful shot there. Zibanejad with a beautiful pass as well. Strome gets a apple there as well, as the Rangers go up 2-1, and the Rangers continue dominating for the rest of the period. Like I said, that top six was really going. Lafreniere was great. And how about him late in the second period, breaking up the play offensively from Ottawa, because Ottawa was definitely in control there late in the second period, though the last minute wasn't pretty there. But again, Lafreniere, great breakup play, and Keandre and Trouba definitely stepped up with some great defensive plays. 15-7 in favor of the Rangers for shots there in the second period. So definitely a lot better there. Again, they controlled most of the play that period, getting in on the forecheck, establishing a forecheck, which again, the Rangers 5-on-5 have not been doing lately. And it just sucks because they were getting a lot of great opportunities. They just couldn't get enough by Gustafsson, which is concerning considering Gustafsson has not been the best goalie this year. So, yeah, things have to change there. They need to start finishing on some of these chances, third line. But third period, no scoring there at all. 15-11 in favor of Ottawa for shots. But the Rangers definitely, I thought, were in control most of that period. I thought that defensively they were really, really solid. Same with the second period as well. I thought that they were really good. Back checking very well. Not giving Ottawa much room, both in the neutral zone and the defensive zone. I thought that they played a really solid period there in the third. Igor Shesterkin almost scored late in this one on an empty netter, but I still am confused in the third period where Ottawa ended up getting a power play on a Keandre Miller trip, which, yeah, he made some bad defensive plays in that entire sequence. Just, I don't know what he was waving a stick at there instead of trying to, actually use his body and try to get it out of the zone. But he ends up getting tripped up earlier in the play, no penalty called, and then later on, Miller tripped someone. Or no, Trouba tripped someone, not Miller. Trouba tripped someone, and they end up getting a power play out of it. Thankfully, the penalty kill was good. More like Igor Shesterkin was good, making some huge saves, as he did all night, and he almost scored, which would have been a nice reward for him there. So shots on goal, 33-30 in favor of the Rangers. Face off percentage, 49-51 in favor of Ottawa. Hits 26-30 in favor of Ottawa. Rangers weren't really that physical tonight. Block shots 17-13 in favor of the Rangers, and giveaways 7 for the Rangers, 11 for Ottawa. So really solid effort. I'm pleased with the effort. I still would like to see better, especially from the bottom six. The bottom six has to start contributing a bit, and the top six has to get going a bit more. I'm getting worried about Kreider not having the strongest performances of lately, because you don't need him disappearing. That's the last thing we need. And I said Lafreniere is heating up, of course, and now Kreider's disappearing. We can't win here. But let's talk about that first line. Might as well, while we're on the subject of Kreider, Zibanejad, and Lafreniere. Zibanejad had a really strong game, in my opinion. He made some really great passes all game. Kreider did set up Strome late, though, on, I think it was the second power play, which the Rangers got late in the third. He set up Strome there in the bumper slot, and Strome just couldn't bury it. But other than that, Kreider has not looked great as of lately, offensively at least. He did have that nice back-checking play too, but offensively, I don't know where the scoring is, but it's getting worrisome because we do not need Kreider disappearing in the second half. That is the last thing this team needs. Lafreniere looked really, really good tonight. He's looking like he's taking steps forward. He's skating faster. He's making decisions before he gets the puck, which is something that you want to see from a guy like him who had those abilities in juniors, and now you're finally seeing it in the NHL, what we draft him to be. And defensively, he made some nice defensive plays as well. But again, you'd like to see him get some points. He got robbed of a couple points. Just unfortunate. The second line was definitely the best one of the night, that being Panarin, Strome, and Gaudreau. They were definitely generating the most offense. They were definitely establishing a forecheck all night. They looked great. They looked really great. Barclay Goodrow hasn't been that strong lately, but he definitely looked great tonight. And my God, on the penalty kill, though, he is just absolutely insane. Love the play from him. Definitely nice to see after some bad performances since they came back. And then Panarin and Strome definitely looked good, especially Strome not missing an empty net there. Third line, yeah, this is where I'm going to not be too happy. Hunt, Hedl, and Gauthier, something has to change there on the third line. Hedl looked like he was in pain a lot. I don't know what the hell was going on there. That was late in the game, though. Hunt, there was one point of the game, I think it was the second period, where he was just holding the puck way too long. Gauthier, waste of space on the ice. That third line, they need a complete overhaul there. I tweeted that once Kaka comes back, I'd really love to see Barkley Goudreau move down to that third line, put Morgan Barron into the lineup, and get a guy like Arturi Lehkonen or get a guy like Yarncroc, whoever you want for that third line. I don't care. Something has to change there. I can't stand this garbage of Hunt, Edel, and Gauthier. They are just not good together. And then the fourth line of Rooney, McKegg, and Reeves. McKegg is so awful. Rooney, he's been pretty disappointing as of lately. He's making some good defensive plays, but he was stronger offensively. Same with Reeves at the beginning of the year, and that's kind of faded away a bit. So that is something I'd like to see come back. But at the same time, they're there to make those defensive plays and to tire out the other teams, and they did that tonight for sure. They definitely look stronger tonight. Well, McKegg did not look strong tonight at all, but the rest of them definitely looked strong tonight. For the defense, Lindgren and Fox, they were like them normal selves again, which we did not see against Detroit last time. Fox he is insane with the puck, my God. But he looked great tonight. And then Lindgren, how about him? I thought he had a very under-the-radar game. He was getting in a bit offensively. He was definitely stepping up on some plays, pinching in a bit to keep plays going in the offensive zone. I thought he had a really strong game, and I thought he was probably the best defenseman, maybe outside of Schneider, but we'll talk about Schneider in a bit. And then the second pair, Miller and Trouba, definitely the worst defensive pair. Offensively, they've been great lately, but defensively, they have to fix some of these issues. It is concerning how many odd man rushes they allow. And then, by the way, speaking of odd man rushes, can we score on odd man rushes, please? Because my God, it's getting frustrating watching this team get numerous odd man rushes in games and not capitalizing on it. And then the bottom defensive pair, Nemeth and Schneider. Nemeth actually had a really solid game, which it's rare to say, but I'm going to credit him. He had a really solid game tonight. I wasn't happy that he was in the lineup over Jones because I thought Jones has been better, and him and Schneider were really good lately. But I thought Nemeth had a really, really strong game. I can't lie about it. He didn't make a lot of mistakes. So that's something you could ask. That's something good there. And then Schneider, he's just been great all year. Maybe they got to consider moving him to the second pair with Keandre Miller or something like that. Maybe because Schneider, he looks ridiculous and is definitely the real deal. And then Shesterkin, what more can I say about him? Except every night he just absolutely kills it. Every single night he brings it. But hopefully they don't have to keep running him into the ground here because we don't need him tired by playoff time. But let's get to Twitter. We're going to keep this one a bit short here tonight. New York South Troy 4 says, what a win. We played a full 60 minutes and I almost passed away when Igor scored. Yeah, same with me. When Igor almost scored, I was ready to just do cartwheels, backflips. No, I probably would have hurt myself if I even attempted those. But I was going to jump around my house like a lunatic there. I'm upset about that, but yeah, definitely a better effort. A full 60 or maybe push it there. They did start off a bit slow, and the second period, the end there for the last minute or two, they disappear. But again, you can't expect a perfect full 60. But the beginning of the first period, they definitely could have been a lot better. But I agree that this was definitely a better effort compared to what we've seen lately. And where Tets's thoughts on initial thoughts on when Igor shot the puck. I was ready to scream my damn head off. That's what I'm blaming the ice, even though it wasn't the ice. And then Slippy NYR, I believe you are new here, so thank you so much for commenting. By the way, if you guys don't reply to my tweets after the games to get involved here, definitely follow me on Twitter to get involved. Slippy NYR says that Igor is clearly the best goalie in the NHL. He's just so elite. Thoughts on what upgrades or changes need to be made in the lineup after tonight's performance? Yeah, I completely agree that there's really no debate right now of who the best goalie is. I think it's clear, cut and dry that Igor is and has been. And the fact that it makes no sense how people say he's not the best goalie, but also say at the same time that he's carrying this team. It doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, to me, it's clear as day that he is the best goalie in the NHL. And I think that it's obvious. So yeah, completely agree at that point. And for lineup changes that I'd like to see, I'd love to see Barron get in the lineup over Julian Gauthier. No, over Greg McKegg. Try and Hunt can move down to the fourth line with Rooney sliding back over the center. And then you put Barron as the center, and then Heedle can move to the wing, and I feel like he'd be more comfortable there either way. I'd love to see that, but in terms of outside changes, I'd like to see them go out and get a Lekanen or a Yarncroc, like I mentioned earlier in the video. They need to do something to upgrade that third line, though, because it is a felon that Greg McKegg is playing, and so is it that Dryden Hunt and Julian Gauthier are playing this much. They can't be. They just can't be. But yeah, that's where we're gonna wrap things up. A bit of a shorter video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like. As I mentioned before, subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. Like I said, turn notifications on so you know exactly when I upload for a live stream. Maybe we go live tomorrow, maybe not. I'm not too sure there, but I will keep you guys updated on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter, follow me on TikTok, all of that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.